DJ BrewTube Beer Review. It's winter seasonal beer review time again. And from whom do we have said winter seasonal to pour down our throat, our neck, as it were, and quench our thirst? We have a beer from Troegs Independent Brewing out of Hershey, Pennsylvania, USA. Yay! So you know what that means. It's time for DJ to go local. That's right, guys. We're going local yet again with a beer from Troegs. And what beer do we have from them today? We have a new-ish sort of beer. Why do I say new-ish? We'll get to that in a minute, but that beer is Double Blizzard. This is the IPA. It's a limited/seasonal serving. It clocks in at 8.3% ABV, between 80 and 100 IBUs. Now, you heard me say it's new-ish. This beer started out as a scratch beer, as a Double IPA number 233 scratch beer that was, and at that time this beer was 7.8% ABV, and it was like, I don't know, like 70 some IBUs, 72 IBUs. Now, regular Blizzard of hops is an 80 IBU beer. That's why I'm saying this one's probably between 80 and 100, because they're not stating, but Hazy Beer World kind of like does that these days. So let's talk about ingredients in Double Blizzard. Now that we told you the backstory for hops in this beer, because that's like all important and stuff, they're using what? Centennial, Chinook, El Dorado, and Galaxy, the same as Blizzard of hops. And for malts, they're using Pilsner, unmalted wheat, and white wheat. So the exact same recipe, basically, just made much more bigger. And they also did colder temperature hop additions into the kettle, and they dry hop more aggressively as well. So, you know what? Time to stop flapping my gums, crack the top on this exceedingly fresh beer, put it in the snifter, and tell you what's up with Double Blizzard from Troegs Independent Brewing. Hell yes, one of my favorites. Nice crack off the top. I've totally earned this today. Been doing all the pre-holiday kind of like shiznit here at the house. Honeydew list out the yang, and you know what? That means I earn beer, don't I? Hell yes. And even if others think I don't earn it, I'm still going to drink it. So, let's talk about the appearance of this beer. It's a mildly hazy, lovely golden amber color. Maybe there's a little settle in the bottom of the can. I don't know, but it's mildly hazy just the same. We got a finger and a quarter of crispy, super tightly packed kind of white bubbles. When I swirl it, we're getting tons and tons of alcohol lace clinging down the inside of the snifter. And maybe, I might get some glass lacing too, but look at that beautiful drop of liquid in that glass. It's pretty. But it better smell good too, so you know what we're going to do. We're going to dive in for that aroma! Big pine and stone fruit. I don't know if it's peach or mango, but right up in your face instantly. Grassy herbaceousness, dankness, sticky resin kind of aroma. It's this smells, because there's a decent amount of sweetness backing that up, like bready sweetness. This is smelling like a big West Coast, East Coast DIPA had a baby kind of thing, which kind of Blizzard of hops smells like, but that's a little, it's a smaller beer. So way more intense aroma. Smells a lot like, because I've recently reviewed Blizzard of hops, smells a lot what I remember that beer smelling like, just a lot bigger. Grass, some floral notes, more dankness, lovely amount of citrus zest. As the head's receding, more citrus is rising to the occasion. More stone fruit and dankness and pine. Yum. Let's dive in. Cheers! Oh, yeah. Damn, that's crushable. Man. Balance, and more balance, but still lots of hop flavor. I'm saying balance because the bitterness is very much in check. Bone dry finish. Nice, soft, medium, full mouthfeel. After that whole experience, we're going to gather in the flavors. And what are those flavors? Pine right up in front. After that, pal, you're hit with that stone fruit. I guess it's more mangoey than peachy, but definitely stone fruit. Some might say peach. Bone dry finish. Completely hidden 8.3% alcohol. Wow. Tons of pine. Nice dankness, and then poof, in the back end, it's gone. Wow. Man. Super tasty. Really good amount of bitterness in there, balanced off by the sweetness. Then as the flavor recedes off your palate, bang, that bitterness is gone. You're ready for another gulp. You have to be careful with this brew. Super stealthy kind of beer. You could crush this bad boy. This reminds me some of, I'd say like hazy memory a little bit from Lagunitas, and that ilk of beer. This is definitely more towards that West Coast side. Troegs tends to, you know, brew their beers on that side of the pond anyway. They were always a hoppier East Coast guy when they were just straight up East Coast, you know, IPAs and DIPAs. But man, super tasty beer, lots of layers of flavor. Excuse me. Especially coming from the Centennial and El Dorado. I'm getting a lot of stone fruit and a lot of dank and grassy herbaceousness. Then the Chinook and Galaxy are there, coming in with that like citrus and pine thing and everything. Yum. Really tasty brew. Let's grade it. At time of recording, Beer Advocate is giving Double Blizzard 4.01 out of 5. That's like a 89, 90, somewhere in that range. So like say A- range, right? Untapped's giving this 4.05 out of 5. That's an A range for sure for those guys. I'm going 96. Solid, super solid A beer. It's not a mind blower hop flavor wise. Excuse me, it's not a juice bomb. It's a classic style DIPA that's been tweaked, that tastes delicious, and it shows that Troegs Scratch series, which they're very adept at always putting scratch beers on. If you ever visit their brewery, if you go to Hershey, Pennsylvania, you got to go to Troegs. It's a great place to visit. I think it recently got ranked as one of the top tours, and it's a great place. You can even do a self-guided tour there, and they have kick-ass food. So, you can go to Hershey Park, too. Chocolate, rides, yeah, and beer. Huh, Hershey. Anyway, so, you heard what I thought and what the other guys thought. What do you think? Because you know I'm like in the quid pro quo and the back and forth. Let me know if you've had Double Blizzard or, you know, the Blizzard of hops. Whatever. Also, you can do me a great big favor and think globally, drink locally. I'm getting it done. Supporting that craft beer movement. You know what's up. Also, if you do me a great big favor and rate, comment, subscribe, especially if it's your first time with us, and you can get around to it, you gotta do me a favor and smash that like button, because that, along with one can, especially at 8.3%, is all I'm going to need from Troegs Independent Brewing to put my big-ass local drinking happy face on. So the next DJs BrewTube, I got nothing but a hell of a bunch of Double Blizzard drinking love for you. You know what's coming for you, but yes, a big-ass